I don't know what I did here, but I did something
All
wrong.
yours.
Okay.
How do I
So
get that
everybody's having a great
motivation?
day. I know it's American Thanksgiving still. I don't know. They seem to drag that holiday on for 4 days for some reason instead of just one day like we do up here in Canada. Let's start on Thursday and then just stuff ourselves with turkey and for 4 days. Anyways, I know a lot of you are probably just chilling, relaxing, and having some family time, so that's great. And how many people are here that do not know who we are? It's your first time seeing us or bumping into us, or you were invited by somebody for the first time. If you're a first timer being on one of these webinars or finding out about us, um, let me know. Say me in the comments, please. So we got one, two, cool. Three, four, five. Anyone else? Six, seven. I want to see if we can hit 10 here. Okay. Seems like we got a lot of this same old folks in here, but for this meeting today is specifically for you folks, the ones that all said me. I just want to be super, super clear that this is not a customer service meeting. This is strictly a webinar to introduce Mastering Online Profit to people. So any questions or anything around the business that we're going to answer are only relatable to people that are interested in buying the program. Your customer service questions, you can get answered in the private groups or on our weekend Q&As. And this weekend, it will be Sunday at 2 p.m., I believe. Tammy can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that's when you'll be able to get your questions answered in a live format. But other than that, obviously, you can ask in the private groups or email or whatever you need to do to get your questions answered. So again, that's what today's about. So if you are here and it's your first time bumping into us and you wanted to find out a little more about Mastering Online Profit and what's on offer here and how it can help you, that's what this is all about today. So you're in the right place for that. Um, basically, if you are a digital seller, whether you're selling anything online, doesn't matter what it is, and you're struggling, you're finding your content isn't quite getting you the results or not getting you to where you need to go, and you feel like you're just kind of on the hamster wheel and creating content every day, and you're kind of confused why you're creating content every day because you're just not getting any results, then you're in the right place today. And this is a chance for you to turn that around with a strategy that will help you do that. And the strategy I'm talking about, it's not a strategy I created. It's been around for probably, well, since for as long as social media has been around, the strategy has been around. And the strategy is basically about creating content that lines up with the way attraction marketing works and with the way the algorithms work, so that when you do create that content, the algorithm is seeing it as favorable, and the people that watch that video are seeing it as favorable. And so what do I mean by those two things? So what I mean by the video viewers that see your video, that they see it favorable, is that you're not being a pushy salesperson or doing one of those really boring, annoying sales videos that everybody seems to do. Because there's something really important that you need to understand in that process, and that is that no one is on social media to be sold to. They're there for entertainment, or they're there to find value, or maybe breaking news or stuff like that. They're not there to watch your sales videos. And so there's a critical problem with that because we're not in the sales niche. We're not in sales marketing. We're in attraction marketing. So if you are doing sales videos, which I see 90% of people doing, chances are no one's watching your videos. They're just scrolling on past, right? This is how easy it is for them to scroll on past. So if your videos are boring, sales videos, annoying sales videos, or just not providing any value to those folks, then they're not going, there's no reason for them to watch your videos. And if your videos are crafted that way, there's no reason for the algorithm to show your videos to anyone either, because these platforms are content platforms. And so the thing that the social media platforms make the most important element of what they do is that people are um, finding content on their platform that they will engage with. If the content isn't engaging, then the platform will die and go away. So because the content you're creating is boring, annoying sales videos, the algorithm doesn't want to show it to them because there's no value people can extract. So that's bad for their platform, right? They want you to be creating content that people can extract some type of value from. Because we're not in the entertainment niche, we need to create exceptional value and help people solve problems and educate them, and so that they do want to watch your content so they can extract some value from it. And the way you do that, obviously, is by making sure, number one, that your content is optimized for the way the algorithm works. And number two, that it's done in a value presentation. So in a traction marketing style, where when you create your content, you are solving problems for people. You are giving them tips and tricks. You are educating them. They are able to extract some value or solve a unique problem that they have as a result of your video. Now, I know a lot of you, when you create videos, you're thinking, well, the way I'm going to help these people or solve a problem for them is I'm going to introduce them to this program that I'm in. But they don't care about your program. They don't care at all. You're the only one that cares about it, right? What they care about is solving a unique problem they have. So in order for you to help them understand that you can solve that problem for them, your video needs to be tailored to that. Needs to be tailored to the problems or challenges they're facing, right? So if there's someone that wants to get started in digital marketing and learn how to earn money online, but they don't know how to get started, or they think that they're not tech savvy enough, or maybe they think they're too old enough, or maybe they think it's not for them, your videos should be about creating value that helps them understand that this is an opportunity for them, right? That you don't have to be tech savvy to do this, that you can be an absolute beginner, that it is an opportunity for you to start an online business and be successful. Those are the directions you need to go in. But if all you're doing is talking about your program that you're trying to sell, or talking about $900 days, or $10,000 is going to fall out of the sky as soon as you make one video, or that you can be lazy and make all this money online, you're not going to make any sales. I hate to tell you, it just doesn't work that way. And it's annoying to people, right? Because they know what you're telling them isn't real. Most of these people are smart enough to figure that out. So, but if you approach your content by helping people solve unique problems, providing value, tips and tricks, educational information, the people that are online searching for a way to start a business online, or to somehow create a secondary income or create a primary income online, they're going to pay attention to that if you craft your videos in an effective way, so that they don't feel threatened by it. They don't feel like, oh, they're trying to sell me something. They feel more like it's an opportunity for them to gather information or knowledge or education, or help them, figure that path out. So if their problem is, I don't think I'm tech savvy enough to do this, make a video about that. Make a video showing how you thought you were not tech savvy enough, and this is the path you followed to be able to do this, right? Instead of just talking about your program and how they're going to get rich, and like by making one video, which we all know is not a great strategy by now. If you've been doing this for months and months and months, and you're not having success, that is the data telling you that you're doing something wrong. It's been telling you over and over every day. You just haven't made a change so that you can solve that problem, right? So the easiest way to solve that problem is start to create content that resonates with your perfect target audience. So they do want to watch it because they can extract some value from it. So the what's in it for me factor, why would I give up 3 minutes of my life to watch this person's video if all they're trying to do is push something on me that I don't even want, right? Whereas if your video is about providing some kind of value or education or a tip or trick or helping people, create a point of discovery on that journey of trying to get started online, then they may pay attention to it, right? If they're Googling that online, how do I start making money on TikTok? And all of a sudden they come across your video, which happens to be about, how you, someone that was not tech savvy, so non-tech savvy mom or non-tech savvy dad or non-tech savvy grandma proves anyone can make money on TikTok. Now, if I'm someone that wants to learn how to make money online, but I don't think I'm tech savvy enough to do it, I may watch that video. I may go, wow, I was just Googling this the other day. Let's see what they have to say about this, right? And if you structure that video effectively in terms of having a great hook, which brings people into the video, and I know some of you think that you make great hooks, but all the hooks I look at are terrible. But we can help you solve that problem. The good news is we can help you create hooks that will ensure that people click on your video and start to watch it. Right. So if you can craft a great hook that draws those people that are searching online for what it is your video is about, now you got them in your video. What happens next? Well, if you're new to what we're doing or to finding us, if you go to your TikTok right now and look at just one of your videos and you're not using Mastering Online Profit, the program, as your strategy to create videos, I guarantee you the average watch time will be under 10 seconds. In fact, I guarantee that 90% of you, the average watch time will be under 5 seconds. That's a problem because nobody knows what your video is about, right? So if you're starting with the hook, if you can create the greatest piece of content or greatest video ever, but if your hook is terrible, nobody's going to watch that video because they have no reason to click on it. All they think is just another annoying sales video. But if you have the right on-screen hook that captures their attention where they believe that they can extract some kind of value, there's something in that for them, they may watch your video. Now, if everyone's dropping off at the 5-second mark, how do you get them to watch it all the way to the end? How do you get them to watch it all the way to the end so that they can extract the value that you're offering in that video? Well, you do that by creating a subhook. And what a subhook does is it takes them from the curiosity of the transformation that you've promised in your hook to that there is a solution if you stay all the way to the end. But you got to stay all the way to the end so you can have this solution now so you can get started, so that you can solve whatever the problem is or be educated about what your next step is. That's what a great subhook does. And in Mastering Online Profit, the program, we teach you how to craft subhooks. We even give you assets. We give you resources that you can use in those subhooks to make sure people do stay all the way to the end so that you can capture a lead from that subhook as well. Subhook, I believe, the hook is the most powerful part of your content, no questions about it. But the subhook does so much, it's incredible. Because one, it gets those people to stay all the way to the end, and it also educates them about the value they're going to extract from that video, but it also allows you to grab a lead. Now you have a lead. So imagine if every video you created, that within the first 5 seconds, it was guaranteed you were going to generate leads from that video. Would that be a game changer or not? Because right now you're creating videos where you don't know if you're going to get a lead. You don't even know if you're going to get a comment. You don't even know if you're going to get a like or share. You don't even know if you're going to get a video view, right? But imagine if you could not only get video views, likes and shares, comments, people saving your video, people following you, and grabbing a lead at the same time from one video every single time you created a video. Doesn't that seem like a better way to create content, getting predictable outcomes? So now you moved into your subhook, right? What happens next? Well, the next is the body of your script where you provide the value we're talking about. And that's where the attraction marketing comes in because you want to make sure that it's not salesy. You want to make sure it's just problem solving. It's value focused. You're serving people now, right? And then when you get to the end, we show you how to make sure that you do capture that lead or those people do take some type of action in your video so that you are getting engagement on your videos. All right. Now that's a brief overview of the strategy, but when you put there's different elements in the script that when you get them right, the outcomes of your videos start to become predictable. You know you're going to get more video views. You know you're going to get engagement. You know more people are going to watch the video all the way to the end. So that number starts creeping up from 5% to 10% to 20% to 30% to 40%. Most of my videos right now at this stage are all 30 seconds or more where people watch my video. It's the minimum 30 to 40 seconds plus. The beautiful thing about that is I know a large percentage of those people did stay all the way to the end. And the leads I capture every day prove that that is working. And that's what having a content strategy does for you, right? 90% of people out there that are digital sellers do not have a content strategy. You can't start a business without a strategy, right? You wouldn't go buy a McDonald's franchise without a strategy of how to operate and run it, would you? Because you probably just blew up $1.5 million if you did, right? You need a strategy, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you're operating, whether it's an online business or whether it's a brick and mortar business. You have to have a strategy so you know what the outcome will be every day instead of guessing at it, right? That's not a business anymore. That's an expensive hobby. When you're playing guesswork inside your business, that's a hard tightrope to walk. That's a recipe for failure 100% of the time. There's a reason why 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 years, right? Has to do with absentee management and a lack of capital. Absentee management covers a lot of bases. Doesn't mean you're not there doing the work. Absentee means a lot of different things. It means you don't have a strategy, right? There's strategies absent in your business. That means the management part of your business is absent as well, right? It's not being effective in its execution of running a business. Now, I understand the reasons why people operate their business online that way is because of all the fallacies and all the false pretenses out there that bring you into this industry, where they do talk about making lazy money, and they do talk about you make one video and you're going to make $10,000. And they do talk about side hustles, right? So it sets you up for failure immediately because you come into this industry thinking that you don't have to take it seriously and that you don't have to work hard and that you can treat it like a side hustle, right? That will never work. I've been doing this for 15 years now, and I've never seen anyone who treats their business like a side hustle achieve over six figures in this industry. And just for those of you that don't know me at this moment in time, I do have 15 years in this industry. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, but I've got 15 years in this industry. And I've generated, I believe, over $50 million in sales for my companies just in the last decade alone. I've consulted with startup companies, with online entrepreneurs. I work with some of the best digital marketers on the planet, if not the best on the planet. I've surrounded myself with people that help me grow and scale companies successfully and predictably, including my last company, which won Best Innovative Tech Company in 2022. I don't play guesswork at this. I make sure that I have a strategy. I make sure the outcomes are predictable so that we know we're going to get sales. Now, let me ask you a question based on everything you've heard so far. For those of you that it's your first time joining us today, doesn't that sound like a better way to create content, where you can create content with a strategy so that the outcomes are predictable for you, so you don't have to play guesswork anymore? If that sounds like it resonates with you, just say yes in the comments, just so I can see if what I've said so far is resonating with you. And that'll allow me to figure out how much more information I need to give you going forward. That's cool. I appreciate that. Now, I'm assuming that most of you were probably invited here by someone else. And if you were, and there's going to be an opportunity for you folks to ask questions as well. So we're going to open up the floor so you can ask any questions that you have. It's full transparency here. If there's anything you need to know about what we're doing or how Mastering Online Profit works, this is your chance to ask those questions. And there are no dumb questions or non-important questions. All questions are important when you're doing your due diligence, when you're trying to decide whether you're going to buy a program or not. Now, here's the other cool thing, because it's Black Friday time of year, obviously you have a chance to get the program right now at a reduced price, which is super cool. So, if that's something that you want to do, if you want to make a smart business decision and fix what's broken in your business, today would be the day to do it, because today's an opportunity for you to get it at a reduced price, right? And smart business owners make smart decisions. So if you've been spending months and months and months struggling to figure this stuff out, um, this is your chance to turn that around. This is your chance to stop all the guesswork. So just think, if tomorrow you could wake up and actually have a strategy and not have to go create another video where you're going to go, I hope this is the one. I hope this one actually works, right? And that frustration and stress that comes from posting that video and seeing it do nothing, see it get no engagement, see it get no video views, right? How long can you sustain creating videos like that every day before you just finally say, I can't do this anymore, and you finally just give up, right? So when is a good time to make a change like this, or to invest in a program like this to fix? Well, the real time to do it was 90 days ago, right? But the second best time is here today. Well, it's on sale in the Black Friday event, right? So, what can you expect when you jump inside the program? Now, I know there's some people saying some things about our program that aren't factual, and that's disappointing. But at the same time, I kind of like that, because it means they're talking about us, and that's a good thing. If people are talking about you, it means you must be doing something right. Anyways, so basically in Mastering Online Profit, the program, the very first thing we want to do is get the optimization of your accounts in line, so that when your target audience sees your account or comes across your page or your social medias, that it makes sense to them what you're all about, that they feel like they're in the right spot and they're not confused. They're not like, I wonder what this person actually does. Now, I know you may think that you picked a great name for your business and your page, but 90% of the ones I see are terrible. They're full of fluff. They don't resonate with the people that you want it to resonate. Might make sense to you, but it doesn't matter if it makes sense to you. It has to make sense to the people that want to give you money, right? If it doesn't make sense to them, they're not stopping in. They're not they're not doing the drop in on you, right? They're just passing by, because they don't want to have to spend time figuring out who you are or what you're about, right? That's not their responsibility. That's your responsibility. So the first thing we do is we help you get that right. If you look at my page, for example, or my social medias, what does it say? It says Mastering Online Profit, right? So it's not confusing about what I'm about or what's on offer, right? If I'm someone that's looking to grow and scale a business online and have success, I would feel like I'm in the right place at that moment. And then in my bio, it says 8-figure earner, right? Helping digital sellers crush online sales. Can't be any more obvious, right? There's no confusion when people land on my page. They go, wow, okay, I'm in the right place. Maybe this guy can help me. What's great about that is it's allowed me to grow my perfect target audience. I never wanted to go viral, because I know what viral means to a company like me. It's a bad thing. It means that I have all these people following me that aren't interested in what I'm doing, right? A lot of people say to me, you only have 20,000 followers. Why should I listen to you? Well, because I'm smarter than the ones that have 100,000 followers, because they have 100,000 people following them that aren't interested in what they're selling. And that confuses the algorithm. The algorithm doesn't know who they want to be known as, or who their perfect target audience is, right? Because I've optimized my business effectively. Those 20,000 people that follow me, they're my perfect target audience. And as a result of that, I make a really great income. I don't need hundreds of thousands of followers to do well online. In fact, when I was selling DGC, for most of that time, I had under 5,000 followers. But somehow I managed to make tens of thousands of dollars in sales, even though I had a very low list of followers. It's because they were my perfect target audience. And the ways to understand that are, if you go look at my page and my videos, is I get tons of views and I get tons of engagement. Why do I get so many views and so much engagement? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is because my videos are optimized effectively so that people will engage with it. But my videos are also put in front of my perfect target audience every time. And you're not going to get engagement from a random audience of people that aren't interested in what you're talking about. You're going to get engagement from a target audience of people that are interested in what you're talking about. And right now, the videos you're creating, social TikTok sends out your video to 200 or 300 people right away. It does that for every video that's ever made. And based on how those people respond, means that they may show it to a lot more people. So if your video is not optimized and it's an annoying sales video and they send it out to those first few hundred people and no one wants to engage with it because it's not your perfect target audience, right? That's where the problem lies. Once you make that shift, you're going to start to see a shift in the engagement as well and the results you get. And so that's where we get started. And then we teach you about the 14 rules of the algorithm. We teach you about attraction marketing. We teach you how to become an expert at creating rock star hooks. So every hook you ever create will be a rock star hook. We teach you how to do powerful subhooks so that you make sure you're getting that engagement, that people are watching your video to the end, that you're gathering leads. We make sure your video is optimized for SEO so that it is being indexed for search, which means it's in front of your perfect target audience, right? Because now the algorithm knows what you want to be known as. It knows that that you want to be known this video should be indexed into this particular topic because you've done such a great job with your SEO optimizing it. And anyways, and then if you're making sure that, that you are capturing leads, right? You're doing the right thing at the end of the video and at your subhook to capture leads. Again, life is very different when your results are better. There's less stress in your life. You feel like you're finally on the right road. So we teach you about what we call the content creation six-pack, which covers all those different elements to make sure that when you create a video, that it does line up with what the algorithm wants to see and with what attraction marketing wants to see and with what your video viewers want to see. Once you go through that process, we start teaching you about how to use AI to speed those processes up for you, to take away a lot of the guesswork. Now, I say this all the time, but nobody listens to me. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. A few people listen to me. And I know who those few people are because I can see it in their sales. When I look on our back end to see how many sales people are getting from selling our program, I know the people that have taken the program seriously and worked hard to study the program, to study these things. They didn't just skip ahead to the AI part to make their lives easy because they knew how critically important it was that they understood this stuff like an expert so that when they were in their videos that they could come across like an expert. They could come across with confidence that they currently don't have in their videos. And because they did take the time to study this effectively, they're a lot more confident in their journey going forward, right? But people who skip through programs and just want to get to the easy stuff will fail 100% of the time. You have to consider if you bought one program, you bought another program, and now you're here with us, and you didn't get sales in those other programs, you're not going to get sales with us unless you take going through the program deadly serious. It took me 15 years to learn this. You're not going to be an expert by going through the program really quick and trying to get to the easy part, which is the AI, which will do a lot of this heavy lifting for you, right? And I'm not talking about just any AI. I'm talking about AI that we have trained for months and months and months so that it does get the perfect result based on the content creation six-pack, the way the algorithm works, attraction marketing. But again, it's not something you should rely on all the time. You still want to be able to practice this yourself so that you do become an expert, so that you can speak about this stuff with authority, so that you can look at your own videos. If you did a video using the AI, a video script, that because you did take the training so seriously, that you can go through your own video that was done by AI and pick out where the issues are to make sure that it's the best video you can push out there, right? Um, After that, we start teaching you how to grow a real business, more of an agency style business online. We're going to bring you other lead generation strategies for people who are faceless. I know a lot of you guys that already have the program. It's been tough being patient with us to get the faceless out, but I don't want to put any faceless out there because 99.9% of the faceless training I see out there is absolute garbage. It's absolute crap. And you guys know that anyway, because you've grabbed all those free PDFs or you bought those programs and it's not working for you, right? Our faceless training is going to get you leads. We're going to give you options so you don't have to just create, a video here or a post on Instagram. We're going to give you other places where you can generate leads instead of it just being one place. You need to open up as many distribution channels as possible so that if you're not comfortable doing the TikTok videos, maybe you can generate leads on Facebook without having to do, um, you know, uh, talking head videos. Maybe you can just be providing information for people. But it's still important to create content, obviously, but it's also just as important to have other opportunities to generate leads from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, right? We have a great LinkedIn strategy. We have a great Facebook strategy, which are going to be rolling out very, very soon that you guys will be able to go test and see if maybe this is something you enjoy doing better. Maybe this works better for you. Maybe it's more in your wheelhouse, right? But without options, you're going to always stay stuck. That's why if you're a smart business owner, smart business owners make decisions like this so they can open up options to solve whatever problems they're having, right? And then after that, we're going to continue to bring assets, different elements that allow you to build a long-term sustainable business, right? We are only just getting started. We're only 30 days into this. And the program will not always be 397. In fact, when our 2.0 version comes out, which will be sometime, I would say, in the next 30 to 60 days, the program price is going to go up because the additional assets that are going to be in there that we're currently testing to prove that they do work. So we're not just handing over a bunch of fluff to you guys. Once we have the data on it to prove these are the numbers, this is, if you do this, you'll be able to gather leads for, this way, and this may be your cost around it. And we're also introducing you to paid strategies. So we have many strategies that are organic on all those different platforms, but we also have strategies we can teach you if you want to run paid ads, paid Facebook ads. Me, myself, I've spent fortunes in 10 years on Facebook ads, so I have a lot of data around that and a strong understanding about how to do them. We're currently testing them so that we can prove the data so that we can say to you, this is how much you should expect to spend to acquire a customer, right? When I was in DGC, I was running paid Facebook ads and I was acquiring customers for around $40, right? I was getting leads for about 80 cents at the time. And everybody wanted to figure out how I was doing it because other people were getting their accounts shut down. Well, my expertise, I have a very strong expertise in that because I've worked in so many heavily compliant industries over the years and been one of the few people that could create paid ads in these heavily compliant industries. I do understand how to create content for these paid ad situations that will, help people actually not get their account shut down and actually be successful at this. So that's just some of what we're bringing. Yes, if you already have the 1.0 version, you will be grandfathered into the upgrade. Um, so it'll just be for anyone that comes on new at that stage. That's why the people who were the first adapters were the smart people, because we're in this for the long haul, right? Like we don't want to be a star that burns out, burns bright and then just dies. We want to be around for a few years supporting you guys so you can build long-term sustainable businesses and not just rely on one digital product. We're going to keep bringing other opportunities. We give you free lead magnets that you can use to gather leads. We give you downsells like a $97, a $47, a $17, so that you can present other opportunities to people, right? In our Facebook strategy that we're going to be introducing soon, you're going to find out the value of how important the lead magnet is, to the $17, the $47, and the $97 are, so that you can move people through an ascension model and then eventually get them to buy your program, right? So we're going to teach you how to do that. And all of this is just about one simple thing, and that is having a strategy to operate your business. You cannot and you will not be successful in operating a business if you don't take it seriously and you don't have a strategy. Mastering Online Profits solves that problem for you. So that's basically a quick rundown. Now, the only other really important part is this, is you can also resell this program. Not only will it help you fix your content and your business strategy, but you can resell it to other people for an 80% commission so that you can help them with their content issues and the way that they run and operate their business. So it's a great opportunity to help yourself and to help others and to make money all at the same time and to be a part of a really, really cool community. And I say that deliberately because, like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been in a lot of communities online and owned my own as well. And I've never seen a community of people that are so positive and upbeat and supportive and want to help and just really good to each other. And that's a special thing. And when you're around that type of positive environment, it'll start to rub off on you a little bit and change your mindset a little bit. Instead of kind of being stuck on your own over there and you're like, I can't make this work. I don't know what to do. And you don't really have anyone to bounce these circumstances off. Well, now you will. Anyways, with all that being said, I am going to open the floor up to questions. And again, these questions are for people that are interested in buying the program. These are not customer service questions. That's not what we're here for today. So I'm excited to answer any questions you guys have or any curiosities or anything you may think that you're unsure about. Well, let's help you clear that up right now. All you have to do is put your hand up if you'd like to ask some questions, and we will get you in here. Anyone? No? It's that easy?
You did such a great job, John.
Yeah, I never get off this easy. Anyone?
I got a question.
Who's that?
Jay.
Okay, I'll bring you up, Jay. One moment. Okay.
Hey, Jay, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good.
So would you recommend that those of us that are new, I'm brand new in this digital marketing space, instead of trying to just find people, customers, so to speak, to sell our digital product to, instead, should we focus on other digital sellers that are struggling like all of us are, or somehow do both?
I think it's open to both. But I think the low-hanging fruit is obviously people that are struggling, just because the pain point is so high for them. All
Right.
you really need to do is introduce the opportunity, because right now they're not finding solutions that they need like this or the support that they need. And if they are, it's a lot more expensive than what we offer it as. So it's a great opportunity for them to solve that problem. But absolutely, if you consider that, well, I mean, there's 1 million people every year that start digital marketing. 90% of them fail because they can't figure out the content aspect of this stuff. So if you consider that, right, from the perspective of a newbie coming into the industry, if they buy a digital program and they run, everything's great. They get their shiny object set up in their business and they're all excited. And, they think they're going to create one video and 10 grand's going to fall out of the sky all of a sudden. And then they start doing that and they run into the same problem that 90% run into. Um, you know, so from a newbie's perspective, if you can avoid that completely by having the solution right out of the gates, I think that's a better way to start for sure. But I also know that for people to really genuinely understand the value in anything, they almost have to have failed before, right? To go, there is something missing in what I'm doing, and this program over here seems to have it. So to me, that's very easy, the low hanging fruit.
Well,
But absolutely.
I stumbled upon Uplift with Amy, and she's been fantastic. I just for like a week now, I've seen her stuff every day.
Yeah,
And the biggest one,
I'm gonna take full credit for that.
yeah, I bet. So,
Amy was my first ever mentoring student ever.
oh, is that right? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, and the key thing that stuck with me is that she said, "Many of you, the problem you're having right now," and it was 100% true. She said, "You have no traction," right? So I
yeah,
go on, I do a live, and there's 2 people in there. I was
yeah.
doing a live the other day, and, like, if people aren't in the live, they can't tell how many people are in the live. So somebody came in the live, and, there's knuckleheads, but this guy types in the chat, he says, "Who are you talking to? There's no one in here." So I feel like an idiot. I guess I block him real quick, but I was like, "Man, he's
Yeah, no,
calling,"
it's been good. Listen, I always tell the story about my first 2 lives. They were horrific. They were an
Yeah.
absolute train wreck. I swore I would never do lives ever again after those 2. But knowing what I know after 15 years of doing this, I knew that all I needed to do was create a strategy, right? And so I spent 2 weeks, put a strategy together so the next time I came on live, life was good. In fact, when I was doing lives back then in May, June, and July, I was averaging 1 to 3 sales a day every day, or well, yeah, every day pretty much. But in my lives, I actually sold 3 legacy builders in one live
Hmm.
while we were live, like money in the bank kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Because I had a strategy, right? Like because when people were scrolling and if they came across my live, there would be a topic there saying what I'm talking about. So that repels away the people that I don't want and was attracting the people I do want. Because if they're not interested in what my topic is about, then
Right.
maybe they're not going to drop in, right?
Well, you
Uh,
did a good job. You did a good job with Amy. So, because I'm very
well,
impressed
no,
by
I
her.
listen. I'm not taking full credit for Amy.
Oh,
Amy's
I know.
already,
She's fantastic. Yeah.
she's already a smart cookie and already
Yes.
an entrepreneur before she met me. But Amy has this great ability, which I think is a critical error for a lot of people, or critical mistake a lot of people make, is she has this ability to take what she's shown and just duplicate it exactly how she's shown it. I find most people, because they do move pretty quick through the training, that when it comes time to duplicate that, it's their version of it and not exactly what they learned, right?
Mm,
And their version didn't work before, so why would it work now? You
okay.
know, that's why the process of duplication is so important in this because there's very few errors or things that can go wrong if you can duplicate it exactly how it's meant to be. And that's worked very well in my career. And the proof of that is like once I did find a mentor that was able to show me the path, that's when I was able to generate $50 million for my companies over the last 10 years, is because I wasn't trying to reinvent anything. I was doing it exactly how I was shown it. And so Amy is just great at that. And, she's got a wonderful personality. She understands this stuff really well. And she's a sponge. She just never stops learning. That's the real path of an entrepreneur online, is the ability to never think like even me, I never call myself an expert ever, ever, ever. I would never do that because as soon as I do that, I've got nothing left to learn in an industry that changes every 24 hours,
Mhm.
right? So I'm just a constant student at this. I want to be on the front end. And some of the stuff we're bringing over the next month or two are on the front end of that wave. And they're seriously transformational. They're going to give our people a significant advantage over the hundreds of thousands of people doing this. Those people will catch up but we're going to have a head start because the stuff I'm about to introduce that has to do with lead generation and lead nurturing and all that great stuff, it's not being sold en masse right now or put in front of people en masse.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jay.
Make sure you buy this off Amy. She's a superstar. She's
Absolutely.
she's our top seller in our business.
I believe it. Yeah, will do.
She's crushed it. Anyone else have a question that they'd like to get answered today? Everybody's good then? Everybody's just going to go buy the program off the person they invited him here today? That I did such a great job apparently. Anyways, if you do think of a question after you leave here, feel free to reach out to us anywhere and we'll try and get your question answered. The person that invited you here can probably answer most of your questions. Yeah, we're always accessible and super transparent. You know, we're here to help. This is not a replacement to any other program you bought. It's a great partner program to anything that you currently own. Like if you're currently owning another program and struggling to sell those products, this is going to help you be a better salesperson with those products for sure. Help you get better results anyway. And you'll also have another product now to sell, right? So not only can you help people get started, you can help them solve the problems they have as well. And that's a great thing to have because you have to think about how many people have seen your video that weren't interested in buying the current program you have, but they might have bought this, right? Because they need the help that comes with this. So that way you have more availability around sales opportunities. Anyways, I do appreciate everyone for being here today. If nobody has any other questions, but again, if you feel free to reach out to us anywhere, anytime, make sure you reach out to the person that invited you here. If you're ready to buy, they'll give you a link to make sure you're ready to do that. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next time as well.
Great. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.